Hi guys, Steph here. Okay, so here we have the loose pens. You remember from my video on Monday, I showed you all the box pens. So now I'm showing you the loose pens. Not a great deal as normal. Normally I find quite a few more, but a couple of interesting ones. So without further ado, let's get straight into them. So let's have a look at this one here. Right, here we go. We've got a nice, this is a Parker Senior Dufold. There you go, unfortunately, without a nib. I'm sure we can find a nib for that one. And again, if I remember rightly, we've got another one here. Yeah, that one's got the number 35 nib. Okay, which is the correct one for the Parker Senior Dufold. So we've got a burgundy one and a blue one. As I've said many times before, these make great everyday writing pens. No nonsense, excellent pens, very well built, superb. Anybody looking for a senior? There you go, we've got two there available. Let's have a look at this here. Okay, we found this cap. It looks like a Waterman Ideal cap. It's got a 9-carat gold band as well there. So not sure which pen. Might be off a 52. I'm not particularly sure. But yeah, you know, another thing about these pens, as I've mentioned many times before, I do occasionally buy them for the spares or for parts that I might need. That happens also in this particular case here, is again this long desk pen, if you like. I'm not sure what make it is. It's got a rather unusual lever in that if I open it up there, says he. Okay, there. Look at that. So you can see them bands actually carry on inside there. So rather unusual. But it doesn't have any sort of maker's mark. And the only thing it has is a Swan Eternal nib. Like that. So is it a Swan? It's got the, looks like a Swan. Or is it the feed underneath? But basically, I didn't pay a lot of money for it. I bought it specifically for this Eternal nib. Okay, let's have a look at this one. Right, what we've got here is an Onoto pen. There we go, Onoto the pen. Discolouring. Look at the cap, discoloured. It's got a nib with it, which is pretty good. So I'm not actually too sure whether is it the correct nib. If so, it doesn't seem to have a clip to it, but it does have this wavy pattern, but for whatever reason it's a lot more discoloured than the pen. So again, not too sure what I'm going to do with that. This one, I'm not sure what it is. It's a large chunky pen. You can see, there you go. I'm finding a lot of pens nowadays with the nibs actually missing. Unfortunately, it's a trait that people are now getting penned, removing the nibs because of the gold content, which is, yeah, a little bit of a sacrilege, but there we go. So there we go, we've got a pen. Not too sure which one it is. But the reason some of these I've actually bought is that if I find, there it is there. Okay, we've got this particular one here, which I don't know if you can see on the barrel imprint because of the pattern. I don't know if you can see it, but it says National Security fountain pen. But it comes in this green sort of lizard skin. So I bought that without the clip. Obviously the clip is broken. So while I was on my travels, I thought, you know, let's see if we can find a spare clip for it. So there we go. Do we use that clip? You can see one of the bands is missing on that. So can we use that clip to make a good pen here? There's also another one somewhere, I believe, if I remember rightly. It might be this one, I think. I'm not sure. But either way, yeah, you know, I'm going to see if that if that clip will fit onto that pen, because it's the same clip, so it may come from the, I mean, this national security that comes from the sort of the Lang family in Liverpool, etc. And this clip here looks very well similar to what they used on these particular pens. So that's the reason I bought that one there. Let's have a look at this one. This is a nice interesting pen, discoloured to the end there, but this is a Burnham number, I forgot, is it the 65? Let me have a look. Yeah, number 65, which in fact is actually one of the largest Burnhams they actually made. Okay, it's got a nice Burnham nib, as you can see there. And I believe this particular model, they made them in a lever fill pen, and as in this particular one, a button fill pen as well. But a lovely pen, a lovely large pen as well from Burnham. Very interesting. Okay, there we go. A lovely Conway Stewart. I think this is the number 27 in this lovely and sought after green hatch pattern. It's got the correct Conway Stewart nib, as you can see there. It's got this large cap band, which is correct for this particular pen. It's got I think, is it 3 initials or something, or maybe a name onto the cap band there, as you can see there. But in my opinion, that doesn't affect the beauty of this pen. And once I've given it a polish, new sack, it will be absolutely stunning. So a very sought after pen we have there. Now this one, it says something there. So if I just have a look, it says Mondal Swiss made. So a Mondal pen from Switzerland. There we go. All right, it's a piston. There you go. You can see there, but the seal is actually missing from the piston, as you can see in there. But an interesting pen. Okay, it's got the correct nib, I believe, as well. So a Mondal. Does anybody know anything about Mondal pens? There we go. Oh, look at this one here. Yeah, this is a Platinum. There we go, Platinum. In this lovely green colour with chrome trim. It's got this chrome top to the top. A chrome. I've never seen this model before. Like a blind cap in chrome. With a button filler there. It will need servicing. But a lovely colour. Look at that. In this lovely green and black marbling. So a platinum pen. Rather unusual. As I say, I've never actually seen this particular model before. So I know there's people out there that collect the platinum pens. If you look to the top there, this is it a Swan pen? It's got this little, there you go, the end to there, which is a filler. It's got the correct nib, as you can see there. So yeah, a nice model, very nice pen indeed. And then we've got this one, what once again is a Swan pen, and I think they call this Italian marble. Okay, it's got some sort of a sticker. We can remove that, clean it. Just the very tip of the lever there is broken, but yeah, it still works. Needs a new sack in it. Does it have a nib? Yeah, it's got the nib and everything. So yeah, what we'll do, we'll actually restore that one. As I say, in Italian marble. Very nice indeed. Okay, now this one, I'm not too sure, is it? Does it have a model number? No, it's just the Swan pen. Okay, unfortunately there's no cap to it. I'm not sure if I've got a spare cap. We'll have to be able to find one. But look at that nib there. A very broad, stubby stubby nib. Look at the size of that. And I'm just doing a little test on it. It does actually flex as well. So that'd make a nice writer for some of these. Them people that like the flex nibs. Alright, Parker 45. Look at that. Somebody's even taken the nib off that one. I don't know why I bought that, but some of them come in a lot. You have to buy 2 or 3 pens. This one's actually, yeah, as I thought, a lovely green Parker Victory. Yeah, it's got the correct nib, etc. As I say, in green. Looks to be in nice condition. There you go, there's a barrel imprint. Serviced once again. They make great everyday fountain pens, everyday user pens. We've got another Parker. It looks like a little do-fold demi. You can see it's quite short. There we go again. And it's an aerometric filler. As you can see there, unfortunately, missing the nib yet again. Yeah, somebody's looked at it, saw the nib and thought, right, I'm going to go, I'll cash that nib in and book myself a holiday. I don't think so. Right, we've got this one here, again missing the cap. Do we know what it is? Oh, it's a 52. It's a 52. Actually, saying that, there we go. A lovely Waterman 52, as you saw before, with a 9-carat gold band. And the original nib, I believe. I thought it'd be a bit strange me buying just a cap on its own, but there you go. There's the pen itself, all complete. I'm sure that will come up a treat once we do a little bit of TLC. Well, look at this lovely little pen. What we've got is a slim target. I forgot the name of this particular pattern. All I can tell you, it's very nice indeed. Okay, but it's a slim tiger with the correct nib, which is gold. And the nice thing about this one, look at that. It comes with the correct slim ink converter, which are very difficult to find for these particular pens. Okay, so a gorgeous slim tiger. One for the ladies. If this is for you, you know what to do. Down below, get in touch. Okay, and one more here. I think this is also a 52. Yes, it is. So we've got a 52 here with nickel trim. This is the clipless version. Okay, you can see slightly discoloured, but hey ho. You know, I know there's people out there that just want a pen just for an everyday writer, and they're not too concerned about the colour as long as it's a full working pen. So if that's you and you're interested, you know what to do. Get in touch. And last but not least, there's this one. Now, if you've stayed and watched so far, I'm going to ask you a question. Okay, do you know what pen this is? Okay, now if you look at it, okay, it's got the nib there. I'll just hide the nib just in case it says, but you can see it's got this little recess in between there. Okay, let's put the cap back on there, and as a clue, if you look at the cap there, look, it's actually got, you see this here, all dried up. As you can see, it's missing there, but these are actually, if it was in perfect condition, this is actually a rare pen. But yeah, I'm just going to ask you people the question. What pen is it? And why is it unusual with these, like I say, this sort of bit on the barrel which has a little recess in it. It's actually a button filled pen, so you can actually, that doesn't make a great deal of difference to the answer. But as I said, without telling you which one it is, if you could, I'm asking you people a question so you can join in. What pen is it? And even better, if you know the model, you'll be on to a winner. So I hope you've enjoyed looking at all these pens, some nice ones, some not so nice. As always, anything of interest, get in touch. Don't forget, do you know what this pen is as well? Let's get you people joining in as well. But for now, I'm just going to say Slavo Ukraini from me and all these lovely pens. Bye bye for now.